Good morning. At least it's morning while I record this. The day after the deluge. So hopefully everyone out there is property and lives or cars are safe. So this is the kind of the welcome video for EDFR 504, History and Philosophy of Education. I'm just going to go over the basics of the class. In this video, by the time you see this video, you will probably have received an email with the syllabus, which is ready, and some other getting started stuff. So anyway, sorry, I got dinged. So if you've not had me before, I'm clearly Dr. Trish. I'm in my 21st year of teaching at Nichols. Actually, I think 22nd, technically. And been teaching this class for since its inception. We redesigned the curriculum. It's been a while, 10, 11, 12 years ago, I can't remember. We used to have a separate history or philosophy class. I actually like this class better. Is when I pull up the outline, what you'll see is what you're not going to get in this class is a series of lectures on either the history or philosophy of education. So if you think to yourself, well, I don't like history, or if you think to yourself, you'll have to deal with philosophy and stuff, you'll be dealing with it, but at a practical level. And what you'll discover is that through the readings, is that to teach is to do philosophy. So when you're teaching, you're engaged in aspects of philosophy that deal in logic. You also deal in something called axiology, which has to do with aesthetics and morality, ethics issues. When you teach, you're doing all of those things. So I think that's an important thing to remember. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull up my screen. Here we go. And I'm going to share that. So, okay, so there you go. So getting situated. So as I said, the syllabus will be sent out with that first email. I have gone through it. It's ready. Remember, this is a June only, session A. So things come fairly quickly, although the assumption usually is in the summer, you're not as busy with other things. So you're able to spend more time. I'm not sure how, sometimes it's often the case that that people in 504 are also in 503. So there's a lot of similarity. This is a online asynchronous course, which, if you're not sure what that is, means there's no live teaching. Everything is, all the videos are recorded. I think because of COVID, I'm not sure why, that one of the videos that I did last year actually had live component. I think that was at the request of the students. If I remember right, it was fairly well attended. I didn't, the truth is, until I looked at the videos from last year, I didn't remember I had done that. So that's how rare that is. You'd think because it's rare, I would have remembered. So because it's asynchronous, you can kind of go through this at your own pace. However, there are a set of datelines for assignments, and you need to really try to keep as close to those datelines as possible. I'll be turning in final grades on, I believe it's June 28th. So I'll need everything in prior to that date for sure. And this is a fairly, even more so than the 503 course, this is a fairly straightforward course. There are no discussion boards. You will turn in all of your assignments via Portfolium, which is this summer is the last time we'll be using Portfolium. We're moving to a whole new system you'll have to get used to in your other courses in the fall. Hopefully I'll have time. I'm hoping I have time this summer to develop my courses through that. So hopefully it's not too difficult. There are a number of readings, and I'll have a video for each of the first 3 readings in which glosses are due. Don't panic when you hear the term gloss. Going, I don't know what that is. I will go over that. I'll have a short video about glosses. It's probably the same video for both 503 and 504. It's really pretty simple. And what I do tell folks is, if you're not sure, don't let your uncertainty or anxiety cause you to have any writer's block. I can understand how that can happen. Just start writing, and when you're done, then you can go back over it. If you think you got it, send it to me, and I'll look at it and I'll tell you what else you might need to do. And usually what I say is, this is great, submit it. Okay. There is one big project, and I'll talk about that in a minute, dealing with the Fowler book. So the 3 glosses are on the Plutarch reading, which is The Moral Life of Schools, which is from approximately the 1st century, we used to call AD, I don't know what, BCA, BHC, BCE, whatever it is. That's before the Common Era. Anyway, so Plutarch is an ancient writer, and the thing that's different about Plutarch, he's a Greek Roman, so he can be classified in either way. So but he's writing in the Roman world, but he's very much Greek. The beauty of Plutarch is that we have all of his writings. Probably the only ancient writer that we have everything he ever wrote. The second reading, Quest for Method, is something. The next 2 readings actually are partnered writings that I co-wrote with a friend of mine, and it's about the history of. The first one is about the history of method, teaching method, and history of curriculum. And the second writing extends the idea of curriculum and method to the concept of technologia, and it provides, and I'm not sure if we have any tech leadership folks in here, but it gives you a sense of how we developed our understanding of technology, the concept of technology, not the understanding of technology itself, and where that originates. The three books are all historical and philosophical. Well, the Jackson et al. Book, Moral Life of Schools, is a work that came out of the 70s, when people were arguing for a moral neutral or ethically neutral or values neutral curriculum. And basically the argument is there is no such thing. And this was the work that kind of shows that as it's a compilation of ethnographic studies. Now, this is the basis of one of your projects, and I'll get into this more. I'm hearing that there's going to be a lot of classroom activity out there this summer. So you're supposed to do observations in classrooms. If you're in higher ed, generally, I'd like you to do your observations at a university class. There are some exceptions. So if you're in higher ed, and anybody that, I mean, if you have questions, you have situations, let me know and we'll work through those. We'll find a solution for everybody. I'll go to the Klebard book, which is really your final project, which is really a set of short essays and that are no more than 2 or 3 paragraphs long. If it's more than a page, you're probably writing too much. Although some people, they get into it and they like to write. So the Klebard book is The Struggle for the American Curriculum. So it's a history of the development of curriculum, which is really what education is about more and more. It's our understanding of what curriculum is. That's what I'd delve into that much more deeply in 503. The Fowler book is the curriculum of difficulty, is the basis of a what some would call an autoethnography. So you're writing about yourself and you're writing about a difficult situation. This is a 3-part activity in which the first 2 parts you email me and then the final you submit in Portfolium rather. And so the first thing you'll be doing is writing me a short, about a paragraph long description of a difficult situation. Obviously, if you have questions, email me. I do have examples in Moodle when Moodle is available about some of this. And there'll be a video where I go over both the Fowler and Jackson projects in more detail. Get the books. I mean, the only book you can wait on a bit is the Klebard book. You won't be really doing that till the last week, probably, of the summer session. I wouldn't wait to get the book. Now, Klebard is available on, if you haven't, if you want to buy a copy, buy a used copy, it's available used, in any edition suffices. It doesn't have to be the most recent edition. It could be the oldest edition. It doesn't matter. And it's available on AbeBooks, abebooks.com, probably under $5. There may be some under $2. So the book's been around. And it does give you some insight about the origins of the American curriculum, coming out of the old Latin grammar school curriculum that was the dominant school curriculum prior to the mid-19th century. So it really kind of begins with the innovations of education by Horace Mann in Massachusetts and the rest of the Northeast. And then the debates through into the progressive era, and we're still debating much the same thing. The only difference today is we're trying to prove which curriculum is best through testing, which doesn't really prove anything, in my opinion. Let's see, I think that's pretty much it. As I said, this would be a quick video. And as with everything, I'm readily available by email. I respond generally quickly, particularly in the summer. In regular semester, I might not respond on the weekend, but in the summer I do because we're in time sensitive. So if you have questions, let me know. So I'll be doing more videos, and you'll have an email with the syllabus by the time you see this, I'm sure. All righty. So everyone, hopefully everyone is safe from the rain, in the flooding. With Baton Rouge, we have a few areas. So, and I do live in Baton Rouge. So, all right, y'all take care. Look forward to the summer.